upgraded, same nice upgrade.
But yeah, so Rebel's not here today. He might turn up, but who knows? We'll see how this goes. He's gone missing on us.
Yeah, he actually has gone missing on us.
I don't know what went for him.
It's really a shame. But
Rebel, where are you? We miss you.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh,
but it's
shit.
kind of scary.
Is that how it is? No love.
No. But it's kind of scary because we actually don't know.
Because we actually haven't heard from him for like a whole week.
Yeah.
How deep it is? What was it like a couple of weeks? No, but I'm lying to you. He actually emailed me today.
Yeah, which you said.
Yeah, so he emailed me today, so it's fine. So yeah, he's alive at least. I know he's by some sort of electronics. So.
Yeah, well, somewhat. How was your Turkey experience?
It was alright, like Turkey's nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely nice. I would go back again. I have to go back again anyway, so.
Oh yeah, you said.
Yeah, I'll go back again. The only thing is that my hotel was trash.
Why?
So I booked the hotel, I think it was like a 3-star.
I can't see your face really.
You don't
A
need to.
3-star?
I think it was a 3-star, yeah.
You might as well have stayed in a hostel.
It was basically a hostel.
What? Like bunk beds?
No, it was
Okay.
like 2 single beds. There was a TV and then like one little drawer table kind of thing, and that was literally all the room. And it was like half this room,
Whoa.
and it just felt really hostile-ish. Like, and I was like,
Have you stayed in a hostel before?
I've seen one. I've never stayed in one.
I would never stay in a hostel. But
Like,
people say they're up and coming now.
I've contemplated it like on certain types of trips that I thought, oh yeah, I probably would do it if I know it's like a backpacking trip or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I just was like, for me, it was the worst part of the trip, and the fact that, and here's a big thing, I didn't have no internet because my network was on some joke thing. Like they're just.
That's actually quite peak. And you was there for 5 days?
I was there for 5 days struggling
no.
because they had Wi-Fi, but the Wi-Fi was just knocking out at times, so it was just a waste. Like it was a struggle. It basically was a struggle. I didn't realize how much reliant I was on internet. Like it's very.
That sounds like my worst nightmare. But
it was a struggle. It was
also
like
not.
Like luckily, like obviously, there was only a couple of days I was there where I had nothing to do, where I was just.
So basically, all of your trip, if you was there for 5 days and a couple of them you had nothing to do.
Yeah.
And the majority of your trip you had nothing to do.
Yeah. So like it was like, let me think what. So I got there on a Monday. Tuesday I was busy. Wednesday I had a day off. Thursday I had something to do. Then Friday I was coming back, but it was like there was times where I just had like even just sitting there trying to watch anything was just a madness.
I was going to say originally, if I had the TV, I'd be fine.
It's Turkish TV.
Yeah,
and here's the kicker. Here's the thing that buns me the most, because whenever I go to other countries, I actually know a lot of decent amount of language of other places. So like, if I go France, Spain, or Italy, I understand a bit of the language. So like, I'm not a total like a miss.
Yeah.
Where Turkey, I have no grasp of the language, so I don't even know how to say hello or good morning.
Same. I was about to say hola, but that's actually Spanish. Wow.
Didn't know how to say hello. Didn't know how to say goodbye. Like, I didn't know none of the.
Do they speak Arabic in Turkey?
They speak Arabic and Turkish or something like that.
I'm sure they have more than one dialect. I'm sure. Let me Google it quickly. That's actually
so it was like
interesting.
Like even like the food.
Must have been nice.
The food was nice. Like I never.
What did you have? Is it like what we associate as being Turkish food?
Right,
or is that a lie?
so they have a lot of kebab. Like
it's
like kebab. Like
do you think that's because of the tourists though?
See, I'm not sure if I was. I'm not even sure if I was in a tourist area because there's no tourists right now. Right now, most people that was there was like tourists and locals. I was in a very local area, like a very local area, and there was tourists definitely.
Yeah.
But they weren't like foreign tourists. They were like tourists from like other cities, I guess.
I get that, but just because there weren't tourists in the area doesn't mean that those certain establishments wouldn't have been.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly can't tell you.
I get your point there.
Because it didn't seem like there was nothing like it didn't feel touristy because it didn't feel like there was anything anyone would want to buy. Like, do you get it? Like it wasn't like trinkets and stuff. It was just general like shit normal people would buy. So like loads of food stalls, phone shops.
Wow, you actually explored.
I had to. I got nothing better to do.
I had a look and it says Turkish language is just Turkish. Yeah, it's just
Turkish.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah, but it's like
also or Turkey or Turk. I don't know. I'm actually tripping myself out. But yeah.
Yeah. So it was
I think you should have gotten the whole deal. I feel like if I had loads of money, I don't think I would get veneers actually.
No,
I think
that's
I'd get
dead.
braces.
Because the veneers look weird to me. I think they just look really creepy to me.
Do you think?
Yeah, like every time I see people do it, I'm just like I saw them, and I was like, Cause I was chatting to obviously the only English people I really met
Mm.
was the people who was doing the same thing I was, who's there for dental work.
Mm.
So like, I was chatting to him and I was like, for me, I just look at it, I was like, I wouldn't get it. Like, it's like a certain type of person. It's like a look for a certain person, isn't it? As opposed to, it's like me getting my eyebrow pierced or something. It's not for me, innit?
I can see you having that though.
Again, it's
You've
not
had
for
it before.
me. No,
you
no,
seem quirky like that.
I'm not.
You are though. You're
I'm
a bit
not.
quirky.
I'm not.
Well, I think of you sometimes at home
Why,
when I'm at home.
You know what's weird, yeah? People
What?
have a weird perception of me because
No, but it's true.
they know me from a certain age. But people forget, I grew up in the hood and I still hang around with hood people.
What does quirky mean to you? Why are you so against being
I'm not.
quirky?
I'm I always say I'm different.
Maybe you're quirky undercover.
See, that sounds so sus. Why does that sound so sus? Why are you trying to make out?
I actually wasn't. I didn't think about it like that. But the thing is, yeah, why don't you want to be quirky? What's wrong with being? You are a quirky guy.
Because I wouldn't consider myself quirky because I know quirky people. That's why
I asked you what your definition was.
Quirky is a bit. I'm not. I'm not up the spectrum. Did you call me camp?
That's what I was saying.
Did you say?
I think your definition of my quirky is camp.
No, not
but
necessarily.
it isn't mine.
No, quirky. I think is like certain behaviors. Like I can say it's like back in the day, someone would call me quirky.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's more normal. So like for instance, like
hipster quirky. Then.
Yeah. So like for instance, like I used to have blonde hair.
No, you
whatnot.
never.
Do you want to see pictures?
Yes. You used to have blonde hair.
Yeah, I used to have blonde
You're
hair.
quirky.
I used to have blonde hair, but thing is, yeah, when I got blonde hair, no one had done it yet. But within like a couple of years, everyone was doing it. So like Chris Brown had it, and so like it became normal. So like my quirky, I always tell people I'm just different. But usually by the time I do it, most times it follows on anyway. So
I'm gonna Google the meaning of quirky while you find this picture because I'm so convinced. Yeah, quirky in a sense is.
I just think I'm different. I don't think I'm quirky.
Different. What is the meaning? Oh my gosh, I finally watched Queen and Slim yesterday. I know it's not a UK film.
It is a UK. Well,
is it
really? Well, it's not. It's got Daniel in it, but it's not a UK film. But Daniel, the guy.
Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah, he's UK. So I guess.
Is he?
You didn't know he's English.
Because the thing is, yeah, when the trailer was coming out, I did think to myself,
I think even
UK pushing this?
I think Queen's even English as well. The both characters, I think they're English.
That's very sad.
Because Rebel was messaging her one time.
Yeah, she shout out to.
I don't know her name.
That's really bad. That's really bad. Wait, hold on. So many things at one time. So the definition of quirky is having or characterized. Oh, Babes is call him.
Who's Babes?
Jay. Okay, you're on blast. Have a word.
Hello.
What's
Rebel,
going on?
you're on the podcast.
You're on the podcast. What's going on?
I'm on the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, that's all mad, mate.
Where are you?
Mate, what's happening? Yeah. Obviously, I've gone Turkey, so man has to
Oi,
quarantine, mate.
Oh wait, Jay, we're gonna have to just blur that out. Oh shit, with you as well.
Yeah, remember I was saying it? I was like,
Technically, Sam should be quarantined.
Sure.
why are you calling my name? Why are you baiting up? We're gonna blur this.
We're gonna
all
have to blur this whole thing out.
We'll blur this all out.
Yeah, drop this out, mate.
Yeah, we're gonna blur it. It's comedic.
why did you not message man at all? You even say
Wait, can we ascertain one thing? Are you coming here or not?
he's not? He's staying at home.
No, I can't, mate, because I'm quarantined.
He's doing the legal thing, innit? He follows the law. I'm a lawbreaker.
Why couldn't you just say that on the chat?
To be fair, I haven't even responded to bare things, innit?
Well, because you left me on red as well, and I actually proposed to you. You know, I proposed to Rebel on WhatsApp.
I think you stopped lying because...
No, I did. I did a double entendre with him. So basically, a quick like synopsis of it is basically, I said to him, I'm going to tell a particular story at my wedding. And then he said, I'm just going to come to your wedding just to record that segment of it. And then I said, what? So you're not even going to be my best man? And he was like, yeah, if I get the honour of doing that, then sure, why not? Then I said, that's if we don't get married first. Left on red.
No way, I didn't even see that.
Such lies. And the thing is, I didn't actually deep it yet and catch feelings until the next day or 2 days later. And I was like, wow, I prophesied my love to my...
But that was a part.
I saw that still.
For me, that's a passing thing, man. That's sideman behavior, bro.
That's something you wouldn't do to a real one, isn't it?
Yeah, man. It's like.
I didn't see. I'm sorry. I didn't see the
Don't even
message.
apologize because it wasn't real. It wasn't real. Like she didn't say it with her chest.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I did.
That's what I'm trying
That's
to
why
say.
it hurt me.
V drops all of these rubbish like little. Oh yeah, X, Y, Z, but she don't really mean it because Bro, hey Sam, if we was to really stick it on V, you know she'd get shook and that.
Yeah,
No?
I know.
Shook of
I was
what?
thinking about it today. Yeah, I was literally thinking about it today.
Shook of what?
On the way to on the way on the bus, I was like, the conversation. I think what conversation we're gonna have? Yeah, I was like, and I kind of played the conversation in my head. I was like, it's gonna go somewhere where just for fun. I'm gonna put it somewhere just for fun.
What, to me?
Yeah.
Why?
Just for fun, just because I'm in that.
And
mood.
then watch me sweat.
See how it goes.
That's really bad. Well, now I know. I'm all the wiser now.
You're the wiser.
That's all mad. Well, yeah. So obviously I'm doing the whole quarantine.
Fam,
Guys.
we're gonna blur everything you're saying out because you're just actually making.
You're making me a criminal.
Yeah, you're incriminating your.
Sam incriminated himself.
I've already said I've gone Turkey, but I'm blurring out everything.
Yeah, blurring the date.
I'm beeping out certain things. There's all sorts. We're talking about.
Have to blur everything out. Well, thanks for letting us down, Rebs.
Yeah, man.
Do you know what?
Should've
The
been-
thing I did, I guess I should have
At least let someone know. Yeah.
To be honest, but I just assumed also that Sam would have done exactly the same thing, and I was surprised. I didn't think it was going to be this Saturday.
Same actually. I was actually gonna sort out a dinner with my friend, and then Sammy
Yeah.
reminded me, and I was like, "Oh well, that's not happening."
I didn't.
No, when I even put it in a group,
No one said anything.
No one even said anything. This is what I'm talking. I was actually very annoyed about that. I
Well,
want to use very, but I was annoyed.
and you know what, Rebs? Yeah, you're actually gonna get it because I have been left to carry the brunt of Sammy's disapproval for this week, and you know that's a very big feat.
That's mad.
It's not even that bad. I've been very light. I'm busy.
But still, that's light because he saw I was the only one in the room. If you were here, wow,
I would have blasted both of you just for the fun of it.
literally. But we're gonna love you and leave you.
Is it every Saturday though, on a real?
No. It's like every 3 weeks. But basically, this was the one we had before was supposed to have a week. Was supposed to be a week before.
Yeah.
But I had
So
to.
that's what I was thinking. I was thinking
bas-
this is like it's a bit random that
Yeah,
you're
it's
dropping it like that.
yeah, because basically supposed to be every 3 weeks. Yeah, but basically this one's close because I had to book it later or something. Something had to get changed or something like that. I can't remember why. So
Okay, hey V, stick it on him then. Don't have it because he tried to mug both of us off.
no, because I gave you the date in advance. So I don't.
He
care.
kind of did give it to us in advance. Like I mentally checked it in. So when
I told you to put it in
yeah.
the calendars. I told you to put it in the calendar because I knew it was like it felt a bit quick. I knew it felt quick. That's why I told you to put it in the calendars. So
Yes, right.
I'm not entertaining none of that.
Go watch.
So it's in the calendar then, yeah?
I told you to put it in your calendar. I haven't put it in any of your. I need to give you all the new dates anyway.
Also,
So it's not in the calendar, so I'm sticking it on you. Shut your mouth. Go on, V.
Rebel, we just was talking
Yeah.
about Queen and Slim. Do you remember? You be the only decent member of
To remember her
Upgrade,
name. You
and
know her-
remember
Yeah.
the lead protagonist's name.
You know her name.
The female the female lead.
She just had a baby.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Oh, Jodie,
I wanna say
Jodie.
so.
She got a double-barreled name. I forgot in the first part, but I think it's something Turner.
Okay.
That's all that matters. He knows his name.
See,
He knows her name.
you've just revived the group.
It's fine.
Because we were talking about her, we didn't know her name, but we did remember that you had a conversation with her once or something similar. Like she responded to our story positively.
Yeah, shout out Jodie. She's my brethren still, you know.
Wow, I am not a part of the scandal
just-
that this might turn out to
My
be.
man just begged it like that.
Literally, he actually begged it.
Army if I ever saw her.
I actually asked. I remember now. We actually had a big back and forth about this, isn't it?
No.
About him conversating with her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I was really rude. I'm sorry, Rebs.
I remember this.
It's alright. It's cool. I'm used to being rude to me. It's fine. Don't
I'm
worry
not
about it.
always rude, so don't
This is why
put
they're
that
never gonna,
narrative out
This is
there.
why they're never gonna get
You're
married.
not usually rude. It's usually Sam who's the rude one, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
he
fine.
is. I hope.
Alright, guys. Well, yeah, I'll leave you to continue.
I'm gonna shout you anyway. later in the
Okay.
week.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Alright then. Cheers, fellas and lady.
See you later.
Sweet.
Peace.
All right. So, yeah. So what was he saying?
Not sure. Yeah, I was talking about Queen and Slim
Mm.
and how I thought that might have been a UK production, but it was set in America. It
Yeah.
turned out. Yeah, I enjoyed it, but I thought it was one of those movies that didn't need to be made.
What do you reckon?
Ooh, bad decision.
What
The fact I said that about such a revolutionary black film.
is it? A revolution? I don't think it was a revolutionary about thing.
No, but in our day and age,
I
we
felt it was just.
make.
I felt it was like a modern.
No, it was a story that's been told.
Yeah, like a story that we all knew, but it was just like, okay, it's on camera. That
And I
makes sense.
particularly felt that some of the some of what had occurred didn't need to happen.
Was it just me? So, bruv, I told you I didn't like the film.
Did you tell me that?
I think I said it. I might have said it. I've said it to many people. Like, I went to see it with some girl, yeah.
Mm.
I'm just gonna word like that. Some girl, yeah. And we was like,
I shudder to think. 1 second, sorry. Shudder to think who's some girl I might be in someone's conversation. I went to one girl's house.
I don't know how to word it in English. She's my friend. She's
Wow.
a girl, like
That
whatever.
makes
innit?
it all the worse. But carry on, yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So, and we both came out thinking this film's a bit too like dark, if that's the word.
Dark?
Like, not dark. It was.
Yeah,
like,
it was
like
actually,
it wasn't
in parts.
uplifting. It wasn't an uplifting film. It just
mm.
made you feel like it's like someone pointing at the bad shit in your life, and you're going, "Oh yeah, I know this happens. I didn't really need to see it. Do you get it? I already knew." It's like I know this trauma. I'm aware of this shit. I just don't need to see it. It's like for me, it's like I don't watch like slavery films no more because I don't get nothing from it. I don't gain nothing. I'm not learning nothing. I don't want to feel that pain. I don't benefit nothing from it. So it's like for me, it was like one of them kind of situations. Was like I get it because it's a story that needs to be told for some people to watch, but I just didn't enjoy it myself in it, and I didn't like the portrayal of Jodie. Her character,
too,
I did not like her
man.
character in a way. Like I feel like she was almost too stereotypical.
Yeah, but also not at the same time.
Yeah,
Like
it
I
was
feel
like-
like she was a window into every black girl. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was like I get it, but it was like that's not every black girl in my mind, innit?
I did see aspects of myself in her.
I was like, I get her, I got the pain, I got it, but some of it was just like, fam, no, because it's like it almost made the man look too
weak.
weak and sympathetic, like in a way that where you had to like feel sorry for him, like this
Pander
is how,
to her.
yeah, just like I just didn't really dig the dynamic as much, and I think her pain, like I say, it's like I understand people have trauma, and I understand there's trauma and it comes out in different ways, but her trauma didn't seem validated. Do you get it?
Why? We
Because
followed her more
from
so
what-
than
'cause-
we did him.
Because if you understand all her, like some of her stuff, it's like, for instance, like she had no reason to be a dickhead to the Daniel in the beginning of the film.
She wasn't so
She
much.
was-
She wasn't a
dick-
dickhead at
she was-
first.
She was a dickhead at first.
What,
and
in the diner?
yeah, and she generally wasn't nice to him until much later, and it seemed like you could tell it wasn't because of him specifically. It was more like she just had this energy towards maybe men or black men, I don't know. And it was like, okay, you get it, like you're scarred, but we didn't know initially. We didn't know where it came from until you learn later, innit? So it's like initially, I didn't take to her character. I was like, you don't have to be that way. You don't have to be the typical angry black woman. If you get my gist.
I liked the dynamic though, I'm not gonna lie, because I think a lot of these modern day black films try to kind of they try and like depict what it might be like in an idealistic black relationship, whereas this was like nitty gritty raw, like we irritate each other, we haven't done enough self-learning, or we're not that self-aware to really avoid triggering each other. So I enjoyed that aspect of it. And then also it kind of reinforced a lot of the notions I had in my mind in that, so do we ourselves kind of rubbish the black man? And when I say we ourselves, I'm talking about black women now. Like, do we rubbish black men? And I get that ideal or that notion, sorry, from a guy called Young Pharaoh. Shout out to Young Pharaoh. He's actually an American person who is actually quite revolutionary, but he said something very similar or to what I'm trying to say, or like that basically the black woman doesn't know how to appreciate the black man when he's at his finest. So we kind of miss all the efforts that he tries to make in trying to engage us and woo us and stuff. And then when we finally do accept that he's a good person for a good person, we give all his accolades to Jesus. We're like, oh yeah, Jesus has given me a good black guy.
Wow.
Or
I
because
never
of
thought about that, you know.
or because of the traumatic experiences that we've had with black men, we get treated nicely by another ethnic minority or by a white person. And we're like, wow, you're amazing. And we continue to further rubbish the black man. It's interesting. And I feel like she had that in mind. She was basically that ideology. She was that.
What, she just rubbished him without...
In the beginning, in the initial stages.
It felt like she was just rubbishing for her experiences as opposed to her actual experience with him.
Yeah.
Which troubled me. I struggled to accept that. And I understand that's trauma and that's how scars are. And that's one, I remember I had a conversation in another podcast and I said the same thing. It's like women wear their scars.
Yeah, we do. Can't lie
So
to
like,
you.
it's quite apparent when something has affected a woman. It's like, it's kind of all there for everyone to see. And it was in like, I want to say with black women, it's quite often you find that you can tell they've gone through something, which I don't feel like everyone needs to have that. I feel like you can go through something and you don't have to hide it, but you can address it in a different way. It doesn't have to be a way where it doesn't have to be a war. Do you get the gist? Like, it doesn't have to be like, oh, it's me against everything. There's other ways to do it, because how can I say it's not every experience is the same. Just because I had a bad experience, it's like, you know, like for instance, I know black guys who don't chat to black girls because they had bad experiences with black girls, and that's why they only go for white girls. They may not say it consciously, but you're very aware why they only like white girls, because it's like they couldn't handle the black girl or whatever, some bullshit, whatever. Yeah. But I've had bad experience with black people. I've had bad experience with white people. I'm never gonna be like, oh, I can't chat to certain people because of that. Like, everyone's different. There's definitely like no one is consistently the same.
Yeah,
like, you're never
to a
gonna,
certain degree.
I don't think every black person is the same, and I don't think every white person is the same. I don't think every black woman is the same. Like, it depends on the character you go for. Because characters are characters. That doesn't have nothing to do with your skin tone. Like, personality traits. Like, for instance, you're not like the normal black girls that I go for in terms of like personality. You're more meek in comparison to other black girls.
Meek?
Like, yeah, meek.
Do you know that's a very derogative word?
Why?
Meek.
It just means you're a bit like...
I swear meek, the word meek, yeah, is a word that's also used or substituted for the word lame in the Bible. The meek and the lame. That's how they used to say it in the Bible.
Yeah, but that's
wow.
just
You need to actually give me...
All right, let's Google meek. What does
yeah,
meek mean?
actually has to happen. Meek. Meek. Shy. Meek.
Yeah, meek is just to say someone who's a bit more quiet. Like,
I don't think so. I think it's like in the Bible, in the Bible.
meek, quiet, gentle, easily imposed on, submissive.
Okay. Meek.
Look.
Biblical.
Why are we looking at the Bible? Fuck the Bible.
No, because no.
Sorry.
Ooh, saucy. Meekness is an attribute of a human nature and behavior. It has been defined several ways: righteous, humble, teachable, and patient, under suffering, long suffering, willing to follow gospel teachings.
It doesn't sound bad.
No, but this is Wikipedia.
Yeah, but I've just gone the basic dictionary. It's like just someone who's quiet and the gentle, the calm.
I don't know why I thought meek was a bad.
Just because someone uses it in a derogatory term doesn't mean it is a derogatory term. It's very different.
Okay. I'll bear that in mind. Okay, so what do you mean? I'm just less so loud.
You're less extrovert. You are more of a meek person in comparison to what I might go for in terms of personality. But that do you get my gist?
Yeah, I do. I see. When you were saying that, I did understand what you were saying.
Yeah, so.
But I feel like it's a more innate thing for black women. I feel like with everything, every kind of pain that we've experienced, and maybe our parents have known about it, or our friends who have grown up in the same kind of space or like cultural space, I meant, as us. It's always when you come out of a heartbreak, the silent reinforcers is that in order to get over it, you learn from it and you never repeat that message again. It's not something that's like lambasted, like, oh yeah, never do this again. But it's the undercurrent of most of our teachings: never repeat this again, learn from it.
That's the same. I'm the same with a lot of things as well. We all have that kind of like.
I guess.
I feel like most people do, but I just feel like the approach is very different.
Like if you think about our old R&B, like the lyrics of those songs were like, listen, now I'm never gonna do that again. Fool me once, fool me twice. Like that's female music. That's what we've generally grown up healing to. Whereas men and white women and white boys, from my experiences of having them as friends, they're more so, yeah, that was painful, but my one is still out there. One, two.
I feel like I'm really, I realised the other day as well, I'm mad idealistic in comparison to everyone else.
Yeah, I don't have the same ideals.
I didn't know that. I didn't think I was. I thought I was just, I won't call myself a realist, but I didn't think I was so like hopeful or idealistic in comparison to everyone else. I just don't assume the worst is always going to happen. I
don't always, but I do more so than not.
I think more people do than they realise. That some people are not conscious about how pessimistic they are. Like they call themselves realists, yeah, but in reality they're quite pessimistic. Because you don't assume the good thing can happen. You just assume that the bad thing. You're more likely to assume the bad thing's gonna happen than the good thing. Like the percentages are leaning towards the bad than the good. Me, I'm just like, either way, we'll deal with it, kind of thing.
What about if being a realist is being pessimistic because the life, because life is quite a morbid ordeal in general. Like,
that's an outlook. That whole
it's not.
That whole sentence is
okay,
an
listen.
outlook.
Let me ask you a question, yeah, and answer this question in full, yeah. So the span of your day to day, yeah. Let's say you, as a human being, you're meant to experience wholly, not maybe the same amounts, but you're meant to experience a range of your emotions, maybe once or twice a day, like the full range of your emotions. And I'm talking sadness, hunger. I'm saying angry. I'm saying happiness. All this stuff in a day. When are you really, like, how many times are you truly ever really happy, truly ever really hungry, and truly ever really angry, and then lastly truly ever happy? You'll more so feel the things I initially mentioned more so than you'll actually feel sheer happiness on a regular basis. Maybe it's because of how morbid we are as a society, so we kind of dampen those things down and try and take away from our own happiness.
It comes down to your outlook and what makes you happy, though.